Expressive writing helps the brain recover from stress. The mid-cingulate cortex, which usually fires under emotional pressure, becomes calmer and more coordinated. And when you put affect labeling, naming your feelings, heals the brain emotions into words, the ventrolateral prefrontal cortex turns on, helping to quieten the amygdala. This process is called affect labeling. It allows you to feel without drowning in the feeling. Even the way you write why handwriting works better, 2023 study, matters. A 2023 study in Frontiers in Psychology showed that handwriting activates more areas of the brain than typing. I'm sure you would have experienced this. I used to memorize better and understand better when I wrote notes and read from my written notes. When your hand moves with your thoughts, that is, the mind slows down just enough to make sense of itself. Technique number 1. Expressive writing. Technique number 1. Expressive writing. Think about something you still carry, a disappointment, a loss, a moment that lingers longer than it should. 15 to 20 minutes. Just write about it. Don't worry about grammar. Don't edit. Don't write for anyone else. Write until you run out of words. This is called expressive writing. Developed by psychologist James Pennebaker. It works because the brain treats emotional, why expressive writing works suppression as unfinished work. Writing completes that loop. Studies show that after expressive writing, the brain's emotional centers quiet down while cognitive control increases. Your body feels lighter because your mind has stopped trying to contain what it has finally released. You might cry, you might feel tired, you might want to stop halfway. That's okay. Healing requires a small amount of discomfort before calm. Technique number 2, gratitude journaling returns. Technique 2, gratitude journaling. Now imagine a different kind of page. Instead of pain, fill it with presence. Write down 2 or 3 things you're grateful for. The smell of rain, a message that arrived when you needed it, a meal that made you feel safe. Gratitude journaling doesn't force positivity. It retrains your attention. Neuroscientists have found that the neuroscience of gratitude, practicing gratitude, activates the ventral striatum and the medial prefrontal cortex regions that regulate mood and motivation. When you do this daily, you teach your brain to look for what is stable instead of what is threatening. Be specific. I'm grateful. How to practice gratitude. Journaling for my friend becomes, I'm grateful for the way my friend listened when I was quiet. That detail anchors the memory, and your brain begins to build new emotional association over time. This practice tunes your nervous system towards balance. It doesn't erase struggle, it helps you see beyond it. Technique number 3, reflective reframing technique. 3. Reflective reframing. Start with a challenge. Write what happened plainly without judgment. Then write what it meant, what it revealed, what it taught you. And finally, write one small action you can take next time. How reflective reframing strengthens emotional control. This pattern strengthens the prefrontal regions that regulate emotional reactivity. It builds the ability to pause and reinterpret before reacting. You learn to step back, not to detach, but to understand. Over time, this practice reshapes resilience itself. You begin to see difficulties not as failures, but as data points for growth. How journaling rewires the brain. Over time, that subtle shift changes how your brain responds to future stress. You don't need to use all 3 every day. Think of journaling as mental cross-training. Use expressive writing when emotions feels heavy. Use gratitude journaling when you feel numb or distant. Use reflective reframing when life feels confusing. Each practice strengthens a different circuit of awareness. Over weeks or months, you'll notice subtle changes. You pause longer before reacting. You remember more clearly. You recover more quickly. Your handwriting. Your handwriting, as a trace of healing, becomes the trace of a mind learning to heal itself. We think of journaling as the final reflection. What is my brain trying to tell me? Self-expression, but it's also self-construction. Each word you write is a small act of neuroplasticity, a quiet experiment in honesty and adaptation. So when you sit with a blank page, don't ask, "What should I write?" Ask instead, "What is my brain trying to tell me?" And then listen.